Welcome to the Lifted Kitchen Smoothie series. Like always, today we have a special guest, Teemu, Arina. Welcome to our show. Awesome biohacker. Let me say extreme biohacker, definitely.
Thanks for the invitation. So it's always a delight to work with you guys.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. What's inspiring you?
So what's driving me at the moment is the Biohacker's Handbook that I'm writing with my co-authors, medical doctor Olli Sovijärvi and nutrition specialist Jaakko Halmetoja. I'm a technology specialist, and this book is all about upgrading the different systems in your life: sleep, exercise, nutrition, your mind and your work with biological and technological tools. And it's very much nutrition driven, and I've been craving to find the holy grail of morning coffee drinks. I've been experimenting, adding different things, trying to find just the perfect one for the writing that we do for the book. And I think I found one, and I'm ready to share it with you.
This is gonna be the holy grail.
Yeah, this is it.
Awesome, I'm so excited. I bet you're excited too. The book is awesome. I read some parts of it and I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, go to biohackingbook.com. You can download the sleep chapter for free, and we are releasing the rest of the chapters in few months intervals. So check it out. There's also Biohacker Summit, which is going to be in London on the 21st of May and also 18th of November in Helsinki. And that's a major conference for all the biohackers out there.
Great events. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
How do we do this? There's so many ingredients. How do we start?
Well, it looks like a lot of things, but basically it's a coffee. I call it Chocamin coffee because of this magic ingredient. This is an extract of chocolate.
Yeah.
And for half a teaspoon, you get the amount of the best possible ingredients of chocolate that is in one whole chocolate bar. Okay. And chocolate has this amazing stimulant in it called theobromine, which is relative to caffeine, but it's much longer lasting and acting, and to me it gives a much better sort of focus into what you are doing every day.
Kind of a flow in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't have to eat the whole chocolate bar and spike your blood sugar or eat really super dark chocolate. You get this thing like this into your system, and the feeling is amazing.
And it works perfectly with coffee, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
So can I get started?
Yes, let's start.
I'm really excited to show you how to make this thing. So this is something that I travel with. This is something that I also prepare just about almost every morning. It all starts with just the best possible coffee. So I like to use AeroPress. You can use Chemex or whatever brewing method you like.
360.
Yeah.
My favorite.
And it's very important that you grind the coffee beans just before use, because the aroma is just amazing.
So much better.
Yeah, that's so nice. I often order the coffee myself from the producers. This one is from Colombia. Okay. I like to use Central American coffees, often high altitude, single origin, fair trade, organic, volcanic soil, all these things, medium roasted. And it's important that it's roasted recently. This is like a month ago, so it's pretty good to go. Yeah. And we just grind it before, because the time is running once you grind it. So we
exactly 5 seconds.
If you allow me, I will get if you allow me, I get right into it. Yeah. So I like to use 16 to 18 grams of coffee. Now I'm just measuring by eye, which is a few tablespoons. Yeah. And that's pretty good.
So you like it like a strong coffee, not like a...
The way how I have coffee is basically I start my morning by making it, and then I bring it to work, because in the morning your cortisol spikes, and that's why you wake up. I don't need coffee in the morning, but maybe at 10 a.m. is excellent timing to put the coffee into your system to have what you need in the morning hours.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and so then what I do, I put some spices, and one of my favorite ones certainly is cinnamon, and here I have some cassia cinnamon. And if you use powders, I've noticed that actually if you put it together with the coffee when you're brewing it, you get a much more smooth silky piece of coffee out of it. So what I like to use is like one teaspoon of some spices in there, and cinnamon is excellent. And there's a reason why I use cinnamon for this particular recipe. There is two things. One of them is blood sugar control. Cinnamon has coumarin in it that helps you to alleviate the rising blood sugar. If you eat any breakfast or anything and your blood sugar rises, that might make you tired. So cinnamon is excellent for that. And the other reason why we use this is because actually cinnamon acts as a mild mayo B inhibitor. It basically inhibits this enzyme in your stomach that would normally break down some of the ingredients from entering, for example, your brain. And some of those things are in chocolate actually. And I'm going to tell you about that in a moment. But that's one thing to keep in mind. Other mayo inhibitors include things like rhodiola rosea, for example, rose root, and there is many others out there. And so there's some medicinal qualities also, not just taste that we're putting into it. But cinnamon is just amazing.
Sounds good.
Sounds
like all the ingredients have their own purpose in this. There's no ingredient that has no purpose.
Absolutely.
Or it's just for flavor.
I told you it's the holy grail for any kind of performance that you're looking for. I like to use whole spices and then grind them. It being coffee beans or cinnamon sticks or vanilla. I just find that once you break down the cell walls, the volatile aromatic compounds, when those are released, your time is running out. So I get the most kick and taste for my coffee when I do it like this. And next I'm gonna throw some vanilla in there. And same story here. I use the vanilla stick straight on. And vanilla used to be actually an aphrodisiac in the old times, used by shamans. And we just add it in there actually for flavor. And that's pretty good. So now we have the base ready.
Yep.
I often like to use spring water, and sometimes I make a tea, like chaga tea. Chaga is a medicinal mushroom that grows on birch trees that has 10 times more antioxidants than coffee or chocolate. And I sometimes carry, if I'm lazy, I carry coffee that already has chaga in it. So
that works.
This is pretty good. But I'm not going to use that now. I'm just going to use the spring water from here. So let's get on with it. And whoa, here we go, halfway through, and I just spin it a little bit, and let's fill it. About 200 milliliters of water. That is pretty good.
How long do you brew it?
I usually have it for a few minutes, and I use 95 degrees water, so just below the boiling point. So I let that be for 2 minutes. Now let's prepare the base that we're going to use for it. And for this, the main story here is chocamin. So chocamin is an extract of cacao, and chocamin has standardized amounts of theobromine. So if I put like around a gram, half gram to a gram of this beautiful powder, you can just smell for it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You have to be careful with this stuff because it's strong. It's super strong. I really mean it.
It's not like eating any other chocolate.
No, not at all. But that's like the magic potion here. Another thing that is perhaps less known for chocolate is that it has phenylethylamine in it, and this phenylethylamine PEA is actually an amphetamine derivative, and it's produced indogenously in your body from phenylalanine as a side product. And in this case it's in chocolate, but it doesn't cross very effectively to the brain to have its stimulating effect.
Yeah.
And that's why we use the cinnamon. Cinnamon with the mayo inhibition effect basically helps that stuff to cross into the brain, and I've noticed that it really boosts it up. And That's pretty good. So you get kind of like a amphetamine high from chocolate. Think about it. And another ingredient that you have in chocolate is anandamide. And anandamide is an interesting ingredient because it works and acts on the cannabinoid receptors. And cannabinoid receptors are known in the body for pain modulation, but also kind of relaxed flow state. And this is what some people try to go for when they smoke some cannabis. This is a mild kind of acting ingredient on those receptors, and so you get a flow state.
So similar effect, but not as strong.
Yeah.
It's perfectly all right to drink this in the morning and go to work.
Absolutely. I mean, you get chocolate, you get like kind of a combination of coffee, stimulation, amphetamines, and cannabis in this drink.
That's very, very professional.
Think about that. All right, so, but you don't want the effect to be too strong right from the outset. So I like to use some fats to slow down the absorption of these things. And that's what I use grass-fed butter for. It also has butyric acid, which is short-chain fatty acid. It's excellent, and also adds to the taste. Of course, bulletproof coffee is something that has popularized the idea of using it. I like to use maybe 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter.
Yep.
Here we go.
So in a way, this is like improved version of bulletproof coffee.
Yeah, I mean, don't leave it there. Just start experimenting, adding different things into your coffee. So I'm also using MCT oil, and I put maybe a tablespoon of that. So that's a medium chain triglyceride from coconut oil. And then what I like to really add here is some coconut milk or cream also, because it really adds into the creaminess of what we are working on here.
That's gonna make it really smooth.
1 or 2 tablespoons. That's pretty good.
Yep.
And then the last ingredient that goes in there is a little bit of sweetness. Not much, just a little bit. I just like taste also, and there is other reasons for it. All these tree-based syrups, like maple syrups, juniper syrup. One of my own favorite has been ketul syrup. So these different very dark syrups from trees, they have these terpenes in them that have also medicinal properties. And this particular one from juniper berries, the terpene from it basically lowers inflammation in the gut. There is also evidence that this might trigger apoptosis. So basically programmed cell death of cancer cells. So if you have cancer, this is gonna kill it.
That's the cure.
Just theoretically. Just theoretically. Okay, I think we are pretty good.
Yeah.
One of the tricks that I've found out with Vitamix blenders and others is that basically this thing that comes with your AeroPress really nicely fits here, so you can just filter it straight into the blender. Coffee is in there, and we're ready to blend it.
Yep.
Dark
Creamy.
chocolate, tasty coffee.
That looks really good.
Awesome. And
Like
sometimes I like to grind some extra things. It can be some cinnamon, some vanilla, whatever you like.
Yeah.
So that's all about it, and I often like to put it into one of these thermos to carry around.
Yep.
And the final trick that goes into this one is theanine. L-theanine is the active ingredient in green tea, and there is a lot of research that shows that it really nicely takes the jittery overtones of coffee out and gives you a really nice concentrated focus to go with. So that's 200 milligrams of this stuff.
So if you ever feel like you have taken too much of coffee, you can take one of these and it helps.
Absolutely. Also helps you to sleep after being overstimulated by coffee. Yeah. But this is what I do, and I'm gonna do a hell of a lot of writing this morning.
Yes.
Whoa, oh my goodness, so tasty.
That's really good.
It's amazing.
I like that. I'm not sure if it's coffee or hot chocolate, but it's the best things of both.
It's absolutely, I mean, take another sip. So to summarize, take your coffee and just don't leave it just like that. There's amazing discoveries to be made once you start experimenting with different ways of modifying the kind of effect that you want to have. If I go for exercise, I would use a different blend. This is great for writing, for focusing on the computer and so on. But there's so many different recipes out there. Check the Biohacker's Handbook. We have many really cool recipes over there also for different types of work that you might want to do.
And we're definitely gonna put this recipe in the show notes. You can check it out. You don't have to memorize all of this. It's pretty complicated, but at the end, pretty simple. It's not that hard.
No.
So you will get the recipe, try it, try your own, tell us your favorite. How does it affect you? And comment, try all of this. See you in the next episode. Thank you so much, Teemu.